Today we're going to look at one of those little black boxes that basically keeps the modern meeting room from falling apart.
hmm
We're talking about the Key Digital KD-AMP220.
That's it. It's a two-channel compact digital amplifier. And, amplifier sounds so basic,
Right.
but this thing is just so interesting because of how much it crams into a chassis that's, well, it's barely larger than a stack of index cards.
And that's really the hook for this deep dive. We've got the spec sheets in front of us, the technical docs, and our mission really is to figure out how this little box manages to replace what used to be a half rack of gear.
Yeah, the mixer, the amp, the power injector, it's all about consolidation.
So let's get into the engine of it first.
Yeah.
The documentation flags this as a Class D amplifier. Now, for people who don't know, Class D is often misunderstood as digital, but that's not strictly true, is it?
No, not really. It's all about efficiency. I mean, think of an older Class A or B amp. The transistors are basically on all the time, generating a ton of heat. Class D is different. It uses pulse width modulation, so it's switching the power transistors on and off incredibly fast.
Which means almost no wasted energy as heat.
Exactly. And because it runs cool, you don't need massive heat sinks. And that's how Key Digital got this thing so small. I mean, the dimensions are crazy. 4.84 inches wide.
So tiny.
0.3.42 inches deep, and just 1.3 inches high. You can hide it anywhere. Behind a TV, under a table, you name it.
And the specs say it's pushing 20 watts per channel at 4 ohms.
Mm.
That might not sound like a lot if you're thinking about a concert hall.
But for a standard presentation space, it's plenty.
Okay.
And if you do have a bigger room, the docs mention you can bridge the output. So you combine the channels and get 40 watts at 8 ohms. It gives you some flexibility.
Okay, so that's the muscle. But the brain, the mixing part,
Yeah.
that's what caught my attention.
Yeah,
Usually
yeah.
you need a whole separate mixer for the presenter's mic and, say, laptop audio.
Right. And this just gets rid of that component entirely. It has internal mixing.
Yeah.
So you have your mic input and your line level input, like the 3.5 millimeter jack from a laptop.
And it just sums them together.
It just sums them. So the audience can hear the video clip and the person speaking over it, no external gear needed.
And looking at the inputs, it's not just for a cheap karaoke mic. I see a 3-pin balanced input, a 6-pin balanced stereo, but then I also see 48V phantom power listed.
Yes. And that is a huge, huge differentiator for a box this size.
So why is that 48V so critical? What does that get you?
It's all about the quality of the voice. Dynamic mics, they're rugged, they don't need power, but they can sound a bit muddy.
Sure.
Condenser microphones give you that crisp broadcast quality pickup, but they need an electrical charge to work.
So this little amp provides that 48-volt current directly.
It does. So integrators can install a really professional-grade ceiling mic or a podium mic without adding another box, another power injector.
Right.
It just simplifies the whole chain.
Fewer cables, fewer points of failure.
That's the name of the game.
All right, but we have to talk about control. Because if this thing is zip-tied behind a TV, I can't exactly reach around and turn the volume knob.
No, and you shouldn't have to. It does have physical knobs for volume, bass, and treble right on the front, but the pro way to use it is through RS-232 or IR.
And RS-232 is just that standard protocol for automation systems.
Right, it connects to the room's control system, but there's another automated feature here that I think is even more important for the listener's experience, and that's the noise gate.
So this deals with that low-level hiss you sometimes hear in cheaper setups, right?
It does, exactly. Every room has a noise floor. The air conditioning, computer fans. If the amp is always on, it just amplifies that silence into a constant hiss.
Okay.
The noise gate sets a threshold. If the audio coming in is below that level, the amp it cuts the output to 0.
So silence is actually silence.
Real silence.
Oh.
It reduces listener fatigue. It makes a whole room feel tighter, more professional.
It's also worth pointing out they've got a 3-year warranty on it. That says something about expecting it to last in a commercial space.
For sure. Reliability is everything in AV. You install it and you want to forget it even exists.
So to kind of wrap this up, the KD-AMP220 is really an invisible infrastructure bridge. It takes pro-level inputs, it mixes them, cleans them up, and amplifies them, all in a box that just disappears.
It really democratizes good audio. It's proof you don't need a whole rack room to make a space sound professional.
That's a good way to put it. It's a good reminder for all of us, actually. Next time you're sitting in a presentation and the audio is just crystal clear, ask yourself, is it the speaker? Or is there an invisible noise gate and some phantom power doing the heavy lifting in the background? Thanks for listening to this deep dive.